Well, another day. Buck don't know shit. Still don't know shit. Oh, look at my camera work this morning. Last night, left off. Got this passenger side spring and shock out. That was fun. Got a good video on that. So today I'm going to continue on getting the rest of this front suspension out. Basically just removing the spindle and the upper and lower control arm. Sway bar I'm going to try to get out, and that should be it on front suspension. Joseph Stalin never liked or subscribed to one YouTube video. That's a fact. Are you a communist? If not, you should like and subscribe to my channel. Buck don't know much. Good hair day. I need a haircut. Like, I got this weird widow's peak thing. Anyway, I don't usually fix my hair. Try to keep it short enough to where it doesn't get messed up. But yeah. Get a haircut, but my barber, who is my wife, is sick. So she got the flu that I had last week. So anyway, not gonna get a haircut this week, I don't think. But I don't know, maybe she'll get off her ass and do something, you know? Save us 25 bucks to cut my damn hair. The spring is off. Get some light.
Here's what I found.
Oh my God, Siri, what? Wasn't asking you shit. All right, so when I left off, I was having trouble with this castle nut, getting this cotter pin out. It does not want to come out. Thinking about it, this is a ball joint that's going to be replaced. Maybe I've been watching like too many pole barn garage and vice grip garage, and you know, because I really am thinking about getting my grinding wheel and cutting these instead of sitting here trying to fight cotter pins and nuts. I mean, you can't even see that nut. We'll just pull these out, not cut these, but I may cut upper control, lower control. The upper control is the same way. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to that. No, I can get to that cotter pin. I'll probably take that one off. But I am, these two, probably cutting them. Well, let me get this one off, and maybe if I get this loose, scrape on that. Flathead screwdriver. Can't tell I'm stalling. Well, let's see if I can get this one off. Control arm loose. I got my pickle fork. Got the nut off this ball joint coming off the upper control arm. Bigger hammer. Persuasion. Pry bar. Giving up. The only nut I could get off of this spindle. Couldn't get the control arm and the spindle apart. Use pickle fork, bead on it. Still not coming. There is a gap there, but yeah, I think that means I'm just gonna cut. Well, there is an upper control arm, sort of loose. That does give me, will give me a little access to that. I think I can get this one off here, maybe, hopefully. Let's go ahead and get the control arm all the way off, get it out of the way. It doesn't really hurt or matter, but yeah, we can get it out of the way. Be done with that and just kind of work our way down. This, I guess that's a tie rod. And get that off after I get the control arm off. These two nuts I should be able to get off with the impact. Get that detached from the lower control arm and try to figure out how I'm going to get to this one to cut it for them. Yeah. Try to snip the ends of these and see if I can just get an impact on that. I don't know. All right, here we go. Oh, I like it when they come out easy. I'm pretty sure that's all that holds that in there. Let me, there it goes. Just quit being a pussy and pull on it. Up control arm is out. Get a look at that. And cleaning and repairing. But yeah, there it is. All right. Believe I'm just gonna cut this. I'm gonna buy new ones of those. They're cheap. Not gonna waste time trying to get those nuts off. I'm gonna get these off. They're 15/16 on the bottom of the lower control arm. Two of them there. think I can get them with my impact. Yeah. One. This thing, the little button that swaps it from forward to reverse, way too sensitive. You just barely touch it. Flops it over. That loose in a minute. Get on this nut here. I might be able to get it. It is on the top. What the fuck? Kind of cleaned up around it. See if I can get this cotter pin out. Which may not be easy. Yeah. Can't get to the head. And it's positioned in a way that you just can't really get to it. Yeah, that little guy is not coming out. I think I'm going to try to cut the ends off of it, of the cotter pin, and see if I can't get my impact on it to actually break the cotter. That is 3/4. Yeah, that worked. Ears off these if I can get to them. Just trimming off the head there. All right, this one actually is a 15/16, a little bigger. Let's see, get it loose. Oh, the old impact. Love this thing. Wish they made them about like that long. I know they got the other nut drivers, but you know, they don't have the ass, and I get it, something small, you're not gonna be able to get the ass out of it, but you know, a guy can wish. Just sometimes these things are just impossible to get in certain locations. But swivels and extensions, things like that, they all help. So, and I actually walked around for 5 minutes looking for that little swivel, and thinking I didn't put it up, and then realized that I had put it up where it was supposed to go. So that's my fault for actually picking up my tool. Anyway, the spindle is unbolted. Let's see, we can actually knock this thing free. Got that one. Probably gonna make my life harder boogering up that thread. And I probably should just have left my nut on there to beat on this. I've already boogered the end of it, so, and I have not got it to budge at all off of this bolt. It's seized up inside there pretty good. Try the pickle fork, see, but it looks like it's already separated a good amount. Oh, got it about halfway, and I was able to get my cutting wheel on it with my grinder, and cut it a couple more spots, and finally got it free. Now I'm gonna finish cutting this off. And my lower control arm is free other than the bolt back here. And whatever this is, I need to really learn the names of these parts. I'm sure when I start going to spend money on them, I'll become well aware of what they're all called. Anyway, one bolt back here, get this off. There is a castle nut on it, but I should be able to get the nut driver on that. This should tap out now, and two more bolts back here, and yeah, all that should be done. So I am about to remove this strut. This is a strut. I totally didn't go look it up in the book before I started this little video, but we got to get this off. Yeah, it needs to be replaced. I don't think it's supposed to be that loose. Probably not. Oh, and I don't know really on repairing these if that's just replacing the rubber on either side. But anyway, I can get it off. Maybe. It is one nut. Of course, it's kept with a cotter pin. Yay. And I cannot get an impact on it. Yay, yay. Double yay. So I will have to get that cotter pin out. It does look like I'll be able to, and I can get my socket on that. and maybe an extension board, but it might come free. We'll see. I'll get busy on it. Probably not going to video this. There's nothing really to see. No way to get a camera on it. I'll just show you the end results. Okay, real quick on the strut. Of course, probably old pro mechanics know this, but of course they're probably not watching me do this unless they're laughing at me anyway. But yeah, probably should undo the bolt, which is behind there. The nut on it, I mean, it's an 1.1/8 nut, big nut. Probably should take it off before you undo really any of this. But I did have to reattach it to the lower control arm. I'm gonna tighten these up to get it a little stiffer. Because yeah, basically you can't get any leverage on it when it's not connected to stuff. And it probably would be easier to break that nut loose with everything assembled so that there is no play in this strut. But I'm going to struggle through and get it off because this is all shot in here, all the rubber. So gotta get it apart. Hoping I don't have to cut it. I would like to reuse it. I don't think there's anything wrong with the strut itself. But if I can't get that nut off, because there is no clearance, you can't get an impact on it, you can barely get a socket on it, and you get the socket on it and there's just no room to really maneuver it. Laying on my back, can't get good leverage on it. This would be something nice to have a car lift for, where you could get your cheater pipe on there. Don't have room for a cheater pipe under here though, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. There it is. That is a strut for you noobs who didn't know that. And these are the parts that come off the end of it. You'll see the rubber grommet that was in it. There's one on this side too. These plates just kind of holding it in on either side of the frame. And a little, well, I guess I should put my camera on that. These were on either side of the frame with the rubber in between. And then there's a, it's a bushing, a roll pin bushing, it looks like, that it slid through. And little castle top nut had a cotter pin on the end of it. And that is 1 1/8 inch. So you will need a pretty big wrench. Once I got it broke free, it wasn't anything to get it off. It's just a matter of getting enough leverage on my wrench. Didn't have to use a cheater bar. Did have a, it is a big wrench though, the one I use for my balls on my hitches. Actually, that's why I had that wrench. So, yep, we'll need that though. But it is out. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this nut off on the other side before I start taking the suspension off on the other side. Yeah, that guy right there, I have been cussing cotter pins all day. This is the last one on this side, and I'm gonna get it, but it is not easy to get to. I'm probably gonna have to get on my back and kind of straighten up the pins on the other side, and then it should pull out. It is at least moving, so we will get it. That's it. Other than my sway bar, which I got to get on the other side, or maybe that's the sway bar. Either way, both of these go all the way across. I've got this spindle linkage rod, or spindle connecting rod, I think it's called. I do have the bolt off of it, the nut off of it, but it is stuck. So when I get this piece off the other side, I'll pull the whole thing out, put it on a press, and press that out. I think I'm gonna have to do that with several of these on the control arms, whatnot. But if it is just a stationary stud coming out of that, then all it needs is a rubber grommet. I'll probably just leave it on there, clean it up. But yeah, investigate that a little further. But other than that, I got the upper control arm off, the lower control arm off, I mean. looking at it, I had it's my shim, so it just has a 1/2 inch nut and a 5/16 nut attached to the frame. The 1/2 inch nut is just a shim, holds the shims in place, and this is shim wise, just kind of from my reference. I had looked like 3/8 inch and a couple of I wouldn't say they're 16th, but maybe 32nd shims, something like that. But just kind of noting that, and I will probably go in with the same whenever I put this back together. It should be in the ballpark anyway. But yeah, that's it. There's my shims. I'll have to get that nut and bolt out. Shouldn't be any problem. And we'll have some bushings and rubber bushings and probably some kind of sleeve inside there that I got to replace. But and then have to press this ball joint out. This is the one that's actually I think you have to cut these rivets off and to get this one out. I don't think it's bolted in. I think it's riveted in. But watch some videos how to get these out and get to work on all this stuff when I get it all done. I will probably finish the other side. Not going to video that. It's pretty much the same thing. I might, when I get these 2 bars that go all the way across from one side to the other out, I'll probably video that. But then probably I got to go to Harbor Freight and get a press. Been meaning to do that. Probably will spend a day knocking all these out. There's a few videos on them. I know vintage Thunderbird, there's a good one on the upper control arm. It's a reassembly video, but I think I can use that for taking it apart. But yeah, that's it. Pretty much done with removing suspension. Like I said earlier, get the other side done and remove the gas tank, and then just start, dismantling a few parts like that. And it's Monday today, and I think, yeah, I plan on doing some welding definitely by the end of the week. And I know I got my welding hat on. Don't get excited. I'm not welding yet today. This is just to keep my hair clean, because I will be on my back under the car, and these things work great for keeping grease out of your hair, which has been a problem the past few days. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing today. Don't know how much of that I'm going to get videoed. We've already videoed the other side, taking the suspension apart, but probably jump in there at some point, just walking around the car again. Yeah, got a mess, got parts everywhere. There's going to be quite a bit of work getting cleaning things like control arms, taking them all the way apart, rear end, cleaning that up, drive shaft, grinding on that, painting that. But I'm gonna have a few days, I think, before new parts come in that I should be able to weld and hopefully start getting cleaning on some of these parts. Got my daughter, she'll be out of school this week too, so she's got to get out here and start helping work on her damn car.